Good afternoon, guys. Brother No Beanie here, Brother Dwayne. It is a Saturday afternoon / getting into the evening hours. We had Sister Michaela's baby shower today. It's for her daughter who will be born next month, and there's still no name for her. Probably the first time I've ever known of a family that would have a baby and not have a name for them yet. But, it doesn't take very long to come up with a name. I guess they're just waiting for the perfect name. So it's been a beautiful day, good weather. We were there for almost 4 hours. It was supposed to be 2 hours, but it went longer. It was cooler outside than it was inside in the garage. It was a nice looking garage. A pool table in there. It was covered for decorations and all that stuff. But anyway, and some of our people from church were there and a lot of strangers whom I didn't know. But it was good times. It's nice to start a family off, very well with all the things they need, especially for new arrivals of children. Children are a blessing, that is for certain. I'm going to take a nap after this. I'm tired. But this is a fast break devotional. We're really chopping through this. This is day 198, so we're almost at 200. That's what's left right there. Day 198 called The Lessons of Tough Times. And we are certainly in tough times now, are we not? We haven't really seen the financial crunch yet, the way it's going to come. But it's going to be here before we know it. In the NIV, which I do not really care for, the New International Version of Psalm 40, verses 1 through 3, it says, I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He put a new song in my mouth, a hymn of praise to our God. Let's go to Psalm 40. Let's read it all because it's only 17 verses. It's a pretty simple read here this afternoon. God bless you guys. Brother Jimmy Carr, Sister Joyce, Sister Faye, Sister Carol, if you're watching. Some of my biggest watchers, Brothers Benjamin Grayson, Charlie, Melvin Don, Mickey Jeff, Sister Tabitha, Sister Valerie, if you're watching, Sister Mona, Sister Lisa, and all the others. Enjoy. Psalm 40, for the music director, a psalm of David. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he turned to me and heard my cry. He also brought me up out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet on a rock, and established my steps. He has put a new song in my mouth, even praise to our God. Many will see it and fear, and will trust in the Lord. Blessed is the man who places trust in the Lord, but does not turn toward the proud, nor those falling away to falsehood. O Lord my God, you have done many wonderful works, and your thoughts toward us cannot be compared. If I would declare and speak of them, they are more than can be numbered. Sacrifice and offering you did not desire. You have opened to my ears to listen. Burnt offering and sin offering you have not required. Then I said, Behold, I have come. In the scroll of the book, it is written of me. I delight to do your will, O my God. Your law is within my inward parts. I have proclaimed righteousness in the great congregation. I have not held back my lips. O Lord, you know. I have not hidden your righteousness within my heart. I have declared your faithfulness and your salvation. I have not concealed your loving kindness and your truth from the great congregation. Do not withhold your compassion from me, O Lord. May your loving kindness and your truth always guard me. For innumerable evils have surrounded me. My iniquities have overtaken me so that I am not able to look up. They are more than the hairs of my head, so that my heart fails me. Be pleased, O Lord, to deliver me. O Lord, make haste to help me. May those seeking to snatch away my life be ashamed and confounded together. May those who desire my harm be driven backward and dishonored. May those who say to me, Aha, aha, be appalled on account of their shame. May all those who seek you rejoice and be glad in you. May those who love your salvation say continually, the Lord is magnified. But I am poor and needy, yet the Lord thinks about me. You are my help and my deliverer. Do not delay, oh my God. When was the last time you read the Psalms? I did a devotional recently and I read in there too. So I've gotten some Psalms into my mind and my spirit as of late. The lessons of tough times. The author says, have you experienced a recent setback? If so, look for the lesson that God is trying to teach you. Instead of complaining about life's sad state of affairs, learn what needs to be learned, change what needs to be changed, and move on. View failure as an opportunity to reassess God's will for your life. View life's inevitable disappointments as opportunities to learn more about yourself and your world. Perhaps somebody out there was applying for a job and they didn't get it. All right? Well, God knew better than you did. Maybe you really didn't need that job for whatever reason. Maybe your coworkers wouldn't be good. They might be a bad influence on you, take you away from the Lord in some way. God has his reasons. Trust him, all right? And I'm speaking to myself as well. Life can be difficult at times, and everybody makes mistakes. Your job is to make them only once. And sometimes we do need to make mistakes to learn the ultimate lesson. And boy, in the last 5 years down here in Arkansas, have I learned so many lessons. Thank you, God, for your freedom. Barbara Johnson said, mistakes offer the possibility for redemption and a new start in God's kingdom. No matter what you're guilty of, God can restore your innocence. I'm here to tell you he can do that. He really can. Max Lucado said, Father, take our mistakes and turn them into opportunities. Yep, and it reminds me of Romans 8:28. It's not exactly the same as what that was talking about here. But I know that Romans 8:28, God is going to take a situation that the enemy throws your way. Of course, Satan wants you to fail. Satan wants you to give up. If there's a temptation, he wants you to take the bait. He wants you to fall flat on your face, and he wants you to stay down for good. Sure, he would love you to join his side and serve him, but just so long as you're not obeying God and doing what you're called, that's all Satan really cares about. Because people who forsake God and his ways, they're pretty much in a lost condition anyway. So even if they don't pledge themselves to Satan like he would desire, and that kind of reminds me of the time that I received a bribe 4 years ago. I'm not going to tell you how many numbers and digits were in that number. It was pretty high. I have the number written down in one of my journals, the exact number. And the individual said, you don't even have to join us. This money is not for you to join our side. This money is just for you to stop the work that you are doing. And I'm not even going to tell you what all that work was. And I was talking to a nice young man today. I met him there. He was the boyfriend of one of Sister Michaela's friends, whom I've known 5 years since I've been down here. And we talked about a lot of things. And I was telling him about the enemy and how a lot of times Satan doesn't even need people to join him. He just wants God's people to stop what they're doing. And that's what Satan wants you to do. And I've learned, being in this ministry, that Satan is not afraid of many people at all. There are many anointed Christians operating the power of God, and Satan isn't really bothered by too many of them very much. So how do you get the enemy? How do you get the enemy's attention? Maybe you might ask yourself. Well, the only thing I know to do is to obey God at everything. And it doesn't matter what things physically look like. I don't believe in this life we'll ever know the damage we're doing to Satan's kingdom. Win Morley used to say that you would be attacked the same proportion from the enemy that you are causing on him. That might be true. I'm not really sure. But Satan is really not concerned with many believers at all. And that's a sad reality. I think we need to give him some black eyes. We need to keep Satan on the ropes. It's time the church started to attack the gates of hell instead of us being attacked all the time. It should be back and forth. He hits you, it's going to happen, but we hit him back. So we need some believers who will stand up and do it. I like to hope and believe that I am the kind of Christian that when I wake up, Satan likes to say, oh, no, he's up. We can't have this. We got to stop him, I would hope I'm like that. Do I know for a fact I am? I truly hope so. But at the same time, I got to stay humble. We shouldn't let our work for God get to our heads, because that's the problem with most people is they get a big head. They think they're really something for God, and the Bible gives warning to that. Don't really think that you are something when you're really not. And you are just to humble yourself, and God will raise you up. So let's raise up people that are willing to attack the gates of hell and teach others to do so. These are just some of the things going through my mind as of late. So pray on it. Ask God to make you more of a warrior and more of a person who rips down the kingdom of darkness piece by piece. We need you in this fight. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day and evening. We'll see you in the next Fast Break Devotional.